giants
People who came from the
in the
sky.
sky. Yeah.
What up, bro?
What up? What up? What up? How you doing, bro?
Man, trying to hang in there, man. Trying to get through this,
Yeah,
whatever the hell I got. How are you
sick,
feeling,
man.
though? Yeah.
I feel
How are you
amazing.
feeling? You good?
I feel
All right.
good.
Dope. Well, you'll be doing most of the show on your own then. I'm kidding.
I mean,
Sorry, guys. There's gonna be some coughing. There's gonna be some. You're gonna be hearing cough drops on my teeth and all kind of stuff to show. So I apologize, but we're here. We're here.
we are here, man. Back like we never left. Yeah. So welcome to Minute Letters. Got the Taylor Boyz in here.
Yep.
Today, this Sunday, we're doing kind of going, I guess, kind of a mixture between what we've been doing, as far as Anunnaki and ancient Sumerian civilization, Mesopotamia. Today we're covering what's called the ZoZo demon. If you heard of him, you might have heard of him. It's like there's a movie called I Am ZoZo that came out like 10 years ago. Anybody who's ever played with the Ouija board might have heard about the ZoZo demon. And there's a very interesting story on YouTube. I forgot the name of these guys. I believe it's called Mystery Archives is their channel. And they
Mystery
Mystery
Archives.
Archive. I'll look at my notes like it should be. They are the ones who did a. Oh, y'all hear that? Sorry.
What up, babe?
Okay. Man, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to play the video. The video just popped up. Yeah, Mystery Archives, and they break down an event that happened in Oklahoma called the ZoZo House, where this kid was trying to. He was playing with the Ouija board, and he was trying to call back a famous rocker from the AC/DC band.
Yeah.
That's his name.
I've got
But with the internet, he was also like, if you don't know, in the 80s, a lot of this kind of happened. A lot of not just Ouija boards, but like D&D was seen as demonic. The music back then, the heavy metal, was a lot of like demonic stuff intertwined in it. Led Zeppelin, and so it was kind of popular, I believe, and people correct me if they're wrong, but the 80s had a lot of people using Ouija boards, trying to invoke the spirits of these passed away artists, and they're trying to be better rock stars. So, in Oklahoma, he wanted to resurrect her. He wanted to talk to the spirit of the lead singer. I forgot his name. The lead singer of AC/DC, and they had a song called. I think they were playing the song "Highway to Hell" when they're trying to do this Ouija board thing. Not Dave Evans. I think it's Bon Scott. I think it's
Brian Johnson.
Brian. He was from Australia. I know that.
Well, he's the lead singer, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I looked up.
Yeah, I think it was Bon Scott. Anyways, they'll tell us in the video. But he was trying to speak with him, and in all intent and purposes, he thought he was talking to him. He said, "Hey, mate," and talked like Australian. They like lit a cigarette, and they was smoking the cigarette, but it was not the lead singer, basically. And it was crazy, not cool. I won't say that. What's crazy about ZoZo is that he's gone by different names: Zaza, Mama, and Pazuzu.
Yeah,
Anybody know Pazuzu?
Yeah, Pakuzuzu. Yeah, from The Exorcist.
That is great. Exactly.
Yep.
He is
Yep.
a demon from even before Christ, before Christianity. He's from ancient Mesopotamia, Sumerian religion. They touch on that a little bit. 30-minute video, so we'll try not to watch the whole thing and just try to get what we can. But I think it's kind of dope how, not dope, but interesting, right? How like this demon is pretty like pop culture. Many people have stories about running into ZoZo, and he has a lot of things that are kind of cues of he's around. A big one is the CEO on the Ouija board, with other things he'll do, imitate loved ones or people you look up to. This video does a really good breakdown. I try to look for shorter videos. Infowars had a video.
Infowars hates us.
They hate us. I don't want to use that one. Hopefully, Mercy Archive doesn't hate us. But yeah, we'll check this one out. It's a longer video, but should I definitely pause it anytime you want to kind of talk about something, or I'll let you know to pause it. I think it's pretty interesting. Not the most entertaining video, I wouldn't say that, but check it out.
This is more explanation video than anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see if I can get it. You want to stop the music?
Yep, I got you.
All right, here we go.
I'm gonna get premium here soon. There's no reason not to have premium.
Yeah, it's not that expensive.
Yeah.
This is the Untold story of the demonic ZoZo house in Oklahoma. So let's check it out.
Like and subscribe for you.
It has been speculated that many have been plagued by an ancient demonic force. From Mesopotamia to more modern times, this evil and terrifying entity is said to enter our world and wreak havoc upon those who dwell within it. When a seemingly normal family disregards the warnings and partakes in multiple Ouija board sessions, what happened next nearly destroyed them. This is the untold story of the demonic ZoZo house.
No!
And the creature that stalks its walls.
Oh no! Coffee closet. Shout out, Mr. Archive.
Oklahoma City, a small but growing city in the heartland of America, known for blue-collar work and brick-and-mortar shops, red dirt, and sports, would soon become known for something much darker. A teenager by the name of Darren Evans was growing up here, a normal boy by all accounts, doing things that any teenagers would enjoy, hanging out with friends, shenanigans here and there, and dating girls. He began dating a girl named Brandy who attended school with him, and the two often found themselves visiting each other as often as they could, whether that was walking to and from school, in between classes, or visiting each other's homes. One day, while Brandy's home was having some plumbing work done on some pipes located underneath the house, the plumber doing the work would soon make a strange discovery. Located below the foundation of the home, covered in dirt, was an old Ouija board. The front letters were partially buried, and the back of the board was solid black in color.
So yeah, they
off to
found
the
it
side of where the
under a
board was
house.
found was an aged planchette.
Yeah.
What
Roll
made
credit.
this finding even more bizarre
I'm
was
throwing
that
that away
4 old
immediately.
jars sat on the corners of the board.
Hold up.
I think I sent you something like that.
Like, what the
Yeah.
hell? They bang. Yeah, he was. He was getting it in. She
He
wasn't
was
that bad.
knocking it. Yeah, he was knocking it
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, roll credits. Okay, plumber. I'm glad you found that. Throw it away. Like, what are you
Yep.
doing?
Adios, amigo.
Yeah. Like, golly.
I don't know, and it gets even weirder because they found it. They found it. I think you didn't talk about it, by these like jars with blackbirds in them that were congealing and like rotting in these jars. He'll talk about it. So even furthermore, why would you touch something like that?
Right.
But I rest my case.
Right. Obviously, that's some type of ritual or something.
Right.
We may have been born that night.
It's
Was the last
not
night.
meant for you to find.
No.
Right.
Exactly. That's why it was where it was. All right. Let's keep going.
Let's go.
board, speckled with dirt as well. Thinking perhaps the kids had stashed the board away and forgot about it, the worker told the young couple after his work was done about what he had found. And it's from here that things seemingly take a darker turn.
No.
Upon examining the discovery,
No!
they began to brush the dirt away from the jars. They were then shocked by what they found. Inside each one of the jars, sitting on the 4 corners of the board, were the decaying bodies of blackbirds, congealed blood and matter still present. Bewildered but intrigued, they sat the jars off to the side and picked up the board.
Why?
As soon as his fingers made contact with the board, Darren seemed to have an instant connection with it. And with this soon came a burning curiosity to examine it. And this
I forgot to shout out Nathan. We put the thing up there, this comment, but I forgot to shout him out. Thanks for joining, Nathan.
Shout out
Appreciate
Nate.
it, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for joining the stream. Yeah,
Yeah.
let us know what you think of this one, Nate.
curiosity would manifest into obsession. With this, the couple took the board inside the home, where they spoke with Brandy's mother. She actively practiced the Wiccan religion, but had no idea who could have put the board there. Several days later, curious as most teenagers are, Darren was an avid music fan, and one night, after building up the courage to do it, he decided he was going to contact the deceased singer of the popular band AC/DC, a man named Ronald Belford Scott.
Okay.
Using the
going
board.
wrong.
I had somebody completely different.
Scott had passed away from
How
alcohol
many lead
poisoning
singers did they have?
in 1980.
Probably been a few.
After lighting several candles, laying the board with letters facing towards him, and placing the planchette upon the board, he began his session. At first, nothing seemed to happen, but Darren was still feeling this otherworldly connection to something within the board itself. After trying for half an hour, to his shock and amazement, the planchette began to move. Slowly at first,
Nope.
it then frantically began to move by itself, moving from Z to O, Z to O, over and over and over again, spelling out the name ZoZo.
So
Shocked and unsure of what or who he had contacted, Darren said goodbye and attempted
Neil Diamond,
to end the
baby.
session. Before his eyes, he saw the planchette spell out, "See you in hell."
Damn.
And then it threw itself
Hell
across
nah.
the room. A now terrified and bewildered Darren ran out of his room
Neil Diamond
and
wouldn't do
tried to
that.
make sense of what had
Nah.
just taken place. But this was just the beginning of what was to come. It started with
Man.
horrible night terrors. He would wake up unable to move
Oh
or
man,
speak,
that's the worst.
and would hear whispering in his ears. These episodes at night were soon followed by banging and knocking throughout his house during the daytime, as well as a constant feeling as if he was being watched by something he couldn't see. But despite the presence he was feeling, Darren now sought answers to his ever-growing list
Her
of
blue
questions.
Neil will
Just
hold you
what
tight and
exactly
never
he
let
had
go.
uncovered.
That's a good
So,
and bad thing.
He continued to hold
Yeah,
sessions
I don't know
with
if I
me,
want that.
for better or for worse. Darren would later quote this: "The sessions now were as intense and paranormal as anything I've ever witnessed. A deep and terrible moaning could be heard emanating through the walls after these sessions.
That's just somebody banging.
I developed sleep
That's-
paralysis and became
It's getting
reclusive
it
to
in.
society
Right.
in general. I was once again messing with ZoZo and Ouija boards, despite the terrors of my earlier sessions,
I'll put it up, Kobe.
which I had promised myself I would never do
Walkman.
again. But again and
Come on,
again,
I
guys.
want a
You're making
hug
me
from
cry.
I did. When not in use,
Sorry, guys,
the
that
board
cold
was
is killing
kept
me.
in a purple silk cloth
Or whatever the
and
hell I
stored
got.
in his bedroom closet. It would also often go missing,
It would go
sometimes for
That's
days
crazy.
on end.
He would go missing?
When checking
The
back
Ouija
where he had
board.
placed it in order to set up and initiate a new session, the board would seemingly vanish, only to reappear at random times, as if it was the one calling the shots
Really?
of when it could be seen and used.
Weird.
The years
What?
came
Very.
and went, and the sessions on the
Very
mystical
weird.
Ouija board.
So he just
Continued.
kept using it, y'all. Even
Darren,
after
by
the
this
hell
time,
part.
started inviting his friends to
No
partake in the
situation.
Never.
sessions. And although their sessions with him would prove he's not insane, it's of little consolation considering the tragedy they would
Always.
seemingly
It always ends
manifest
bad.
Always.
later
Yeah.
on.
And you'll
I
see
agree.
why.
Darren's best friend was
100%.
a man by the name of Randy. The two had bonded over their love for the band AC/DC in high school
Let's go,
and
Bills.
had been inseparable ever since. Randy's idol also being the late Bon Scott, whose lifestyle seemingly imprinted upon the youthful teens once upon a time. And perhaps
What up?
So wait a second. Who was the first guy who died? Something Randy. So they had, how many people died in this band? The lead singer.
I don't know. I don't know much about him.
I'm about to look it up.
Yeah, I don't know much about him.
Cause like he's deceased too,
Damn.
and I thought he was looking for somebody else. Hold up, go ahead, bro. Go ahead and play.
If they pass, I mean they're old, but I mean did they pass? But this was in 1982, right?
Yeah.
So they passed in their prime. That's weird. Yeah.
Like one died because the first one died from alcohol poisoning.
Yep. No. What is this? He contacted Led Zeppelin's for the album ZoZo. Is that a real thing?
Yeah, that is. No, Nate, is that the album? All right, so Nate's saying it right down here. So is that the album with Stairway to Heaven on it? And so I was right. Bon Scott died as a lead singer. Who was the guy who died from alcohol poisoning, Nate?
That was Bon Scott.
I thought they had another name.
I don't know. I don't know what I ate 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we just watched that part too.
Yeah.
They had two lead singers, Bon Scott and Brian Johnson. So they only had two lead singers. So who was the guy who died from alcohol poisoning? Yeah, so Stairway to Heaven is a creepy song where you play it backwards with it's like a demonic poem in it or something like that.
Oh, really?
So having the album named ZoZo is pretty crazy.
Led Zeppelin, so they know about this. They knew about this demon.
Yeah, I think. Now you can tell me if I'm wrong. I think the lead guitarist, he lived in like the house that had a poltergeist, or not a poltergeist. They did an exorcist in. He lived in that house to get closer to the rock gods. I guess I have no idea. Like they were into all that stuff. AC/DC, Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, no, yeah, no. Roll credits, roll credits, man. I would love to make it in music, but not at the expense of
not for your soul, right?
No, yeah, they're into some weird shit.
Who died of alcohol poisoning? Then well, they had the names I thought it was AC/DC. Maybe I'm making that up.
Yeah, it was a guy from AC/DC. You
It
said his
was
name?
Bon Scott,
Yeah,
acute
Bon Scott.
alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. All right, I'll keep going.
Would ultimately lead to the downfall of one of them. By now, Darren was living in his own apartment and working
He
construction
moved out of his people's
at a
house.
job site he was on. He would make a strange but familiar discovery. As he was digging down into the earth, he found what appeared to be a jar. Upon picking it up to discard it, he wiped away the dirt and debris, only to be shocked by its familiar contents. Lo and behold, within the jar was a congealed
No.
and rotting blackbird, extremely similar, if not identical, to the ones initially found alongside the Ouija board underneath his high school girlfriend's home
Huh?
all those years
Oh,
ago.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It was
Same
particularly
thing.
weird, not just because of this, but the fact that he had found it digging down deep into the earth. He wondered, what were the odds of this?
Yeah.
And although he had no way of knowing for sure, his gut began to tell him that there was some kind of witchcraft or occult expertise at play here. Perhaps someone or a group of people were knowingly contacting this entity known as ZoZo, but for what remained to be known. One evening in 1985, Darren and Randy were relaxing at Darren's apartment when they decided to host a session on the Ouija board. Randy
Why?
Stop.
wanted to try and make contact with his late idol, Bon Scott. While wearing a Highway to Hell AC/DC
Oh my
shirt,
goodness. Okay, let me ask you this question though, real quick.
And I believe Bon Scott is the guy with the horns on his head. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, really?
That's fucking weird. I think Nate, that's Bon Scott, right? With the horns on his head.
What makes people think that they can summon human spirits, though? That's not a thing.
No.
You can't
Remember, I was telling you, I would never trust anything that told me they were my loved one that passed away.
Mm-mm.
I just wouldn't trust it.
No. Nope. I wouldn't trust that at all. Yeah, I don't think you can summon human spirits.
No, there's no way.
Mm-mm. But
I don't
okay.
think anytime people have tried to do that, it's been good. Like every story that we ever heard, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but every story we ever heard was someone trying to summon a spirit. Yeah, it's never been good. It's always been a
No.
demon or I mean, it's always been a demon. I don't think
Right.
there's been a time.
The only time it worked is in that movie Ghost.
Yeah, right.
They're like, you in trouble, girl. But yeah, I don't think that's the thing. So people, just PSA, you cannot summon human spirits. You cannot summon your loved ones.
Maybe
It's a
that's
curse.
not Bon Scott, bro. I think that's Bon. I think that's him. Right there.
I mean, the lead singer.
I
That's
don't know.
probably
He's
up
correct
front.
me if I'm wrong.
He's up front like he's the lead singer. So
Yeah, he is up front like he is at least. Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I
That's
would
a
never.
dope album cover. I wouldn't wear the shirt and play the Ouija board, but
No, definitely not. All right, I'll keep it going.
Randy's intent was clear. The two dimmed the lights, lit a couple of candles, and began the
was just
session
them two.
upon the board.
Mhm.
They made contact within a few minutes. Once the planchette was moving, Randy exclaimed, "We want to talk to Bon Scott of AC/DC." With this sentence, the planchette seemingly obliged. It moved in circles, eventually spelling out AYEMATE. The two looked at each other in amazement. The entity was using Australian dialects.
Yep, that's him.
And for anyone who doesn't know, Bon Scott was Australian. After several more questions, both of the young men were convinced they were speaking with their idol. The spirit seemed to know every little detail to any question they
Same.
asked. And during the
Big
session,
nope.
The entity then made a strange request from the men. It asked them to light a cigarette and place it in the hole in the planchette. What proceeded to make both of them laugh also made them quite spooked as well. So they lit a couple cigarettes, one for each of them, and one for this entity. They took a few drags to keep it lit, and then placed it cherry side up in the planchette hole. The planchette then spelled out thanks.
What?
They then watched in utter amazement as the cherry of the cigarette lit up, as if Bond himself was taking puffs off of it. But this
Why
amusement
would a spirit want
was
to
short-lived. Once the cigarette had seemingly been smoked, the planchette began to spell something very different. It spelled, F you, Randy. I will have your soul, and I'll see you in hell.
They gave it a
Z.O.
sacrifice. Oh my head.
Z.O. Terrified,
The cigarette
the
was a
men
sacrifice.
quickly ended the session by saying goodbye and tossing the board outside the
Yeah,
second
you in hell,
story
Randy.
apartment balcony door.
Hell
Clearly
no.
scared and upset, Randy also didn't take kindly to threats. He began cussing out ZoZo with complete and utter rage. The board would later be returned by his downstairs neighbor.
Well, how did he know that it was his
And after
board?
this session, a series of lows for both of the men seemed to manifest in the years to come.
He gave it.
Influenced
Man,
by the
what?
lifestyle of his idol, Randy fell
Yeah.
victim to alcoholism.
Damn.
He soon would lose his wife to divorce and have split custody with his son. And although many opportunities presented themselves for Randy to better his life, for one reason or another, he was always just too far away to be able to grasp them. He often said to Darren, I feel like I'm in a prison, and I can't escape. For old time's sake, the two did one last Ouija board session
Why?
together in 2005,
Well, I
in
don't.
which Randy asked the board how he would die.
Oh hell no.
The board responded
Mm.
in a car, at night, alone. In 2007, after spending the evening with Darren, the last words he would say to him were, Darren, I will see you in hell. The next morning, Darren received a phone call from Randy's girlfriend, Alicia, saying that Randy never made it home after he left.
Mm.
Instead, he had passed away in a violent head-on collision,
Jeez.
ultimately passing away in a car at night and alone. This devastating passing, along with the frequent contact with the entity known as ZoZo over the years, led to a fascination and borderline obsession with a search for answers
Oh, didn't
for
Darren
Darren
find the?
Evans.
Darren the one who found it first.
During the
right?
time before and after
Yeah, I believe
Randy's
Darren
death,
found it. No.
he had been living in a home in Oklahoma
I thought the other guy
City,
did.
Oklahoma, that would become synonymous with the demon's name. It was here that the worst
Oh,
afflictions
man.
brought on by the entity would take
Man.
place to him and his family. Darren's fascination with the occult led him to hanging on to and possessing multiple Ouija boards and other various occult objects.
Don't be
Why?
fascinated
It
with
was
that.
here that he began to study on a much more in-depth and organized basis, just trying to figure out who or what ZoZo was. But this research would soon be interrupted.
Uh-oh.
In this home lived himself, his wife Kathleen, and their young daughter at the time. During a session with his wife Kathleen one evening, while their daughter slept rooms away, ZoZo would once again make itself present in their lives, but this time seemed to take possession of Darren. Kathleen trembled with fear and bated breath as something stared at her through Darren's eyes.
So yeah, it was
Something
Darren who had it.
that clearly wasn't human. He then turned violent, attempting to attack her. Fortunately for Kathleen, she was able to say goodbye and get away before any harm could be done to her. Several minutes later, Darren would come back to himself with no memory of what had taken place.
They are doing way too much with
After
that
this
Asian
session,
word.
things seemed to escalate in intensity. Sounds began to wrap throughout the entire home, from knocking to hissing, footsteps, and banging, all seemingly with no explainable origin. The family got so terrified that they sectioned off a particular bedroom upstairs, calling it their safe room.
Mm.
One night, however,
Well,
not
they're
everyone
relieved.
was within the safe room. Suddenly, an overwhelming sense of terror creeped upon Darren as he was trying to sleep. He rushed to the safe room to attempt to stop what he was feeling,
Yep, Ouija
but
board.
quickly
101.
realizing he couldn't leave his family behind,
You have to say goodbye.
he rushed back out of the room in an attempt to gather them and bring them to safety as well. As he was heading towards the stairs, his daughter had heard his cries and was now at the foot of the stairs. It was here that Darren saw her being lifted by invisible hands into the air and carried away from him.
Oh,
Nuts.
Screaming for his child as she screamed for her father, Darren ran down the stairs as fast as he possibly could, but couldn't see her anywhere in sight. He then heard her muffled screams coming from the basement.
oh no.
At first, the door was locked and wouldn't open, but after adrenaline and brute force, Darren thankfully was able to open it. He then retrieved his hysterical child and brought her to the safety of the safe room.
So what's in the safe room?
Once inside the room, the
They
family
don't
huddled
explain that,
together
but I
in
don't know why
fear
it's safe.
as they continued to hear movement and noises all throughout the house. After this abhorrent nightmare of a situation, the family knew they had to get out of the house. This situation and the many other paranormal experiences had led to a lifelong fascination for Darren Evans with the occult and finding out just exactly what ZoZo is. But was it worth jeopardizing his family's safety? It took some time, but the family would soon relocate to another home. And once his family was safe, Darren was able to continue his deep dive into the unknown to try and track down and decipher just what this entity could be and where it came from. And although he knew the topic was vast, I think it went far deeper than he ever anticipated. Whilst trying to dig up more information, he posted his experiences to an old paranormal forum in 2009. And since then, many people have shared their experiences with a demonic force, many of which have been documented and compared by Darren himself on his website.
Yeah, you had a
But these
website for it.
experiences are not just a 21st or even 20th century phenomenon. They date back far older than that.
Yeah.
Not every fine detail will be mentioned here, but I will do my best to list the most important details that I could find in regards to the origin of ZoZo, according to Darren and other online sources. ZoZo, in the Old Basque language, means blackbird or crow. The Zo people of Haiti practiced a form of voodoo whose rituals involve horrific scarification, as well as the intake and passing around of bodily fluids and bizarre rituals.
Yeah.
Their witch
Bro.
doctors are called ZoZo and wear demonic
ZoZo merch.
looking masks. As part of their death ritual, when someone is passing away, they lift up the mask at the moment of death to take in the person's final breath. This is apparently done to absorb the soul of the person to gain more spiritual power. ZoZo, also in the Malay language, is the same as it is in English, but it translates to wandering spirit, which is a spirit they believe to steal people's souls while they sleep, which is also bizarre because sleep is often considered the cousin of death.
Yep.
ZoZo has been called the minister of deception, It is known to convince you that it is a deceased loved one or friend, or even someone you've idolized, when in reality, it's not. Sessions typically start out friendly and inviting, but soon turn malevolent and dangerous.
Like all the
During his
warnings
research
are-
over the years, Darren made contact with and spoke to famous demonologist John Zaffis, who shared with him that in his experience of over 40 years of studying the demonic and paranormal, the name ZoZo and other pseudonyms of its name kept coming up in his investigations, which too led him to seek answers as to what it could be. In some of those investigations, when questioned,
Jeez.
the demon stated that it was the son of Satan himself.
Eesh.
But Zaffis thinks, perhaps as with many deities that seem to be lurking in the shadows, ZoZo could be an entity that's existed far before the founding of Christianity.
Mhm.
Besides
Great.
evidence showing up in Africa and Egypt, there's also evidence found linking ZoZo to ancient Mesopotamia as well.
He's all over the world.
Other names ZoZo has gone by throughout the ages have been Zuzu, Zaza, and Mama, among many
And
others.
Zaza.
The name Zuzu could refer to Pazuzu, the famed demon from the film The Exorcist, which in reality was a demonic entity from ancient Mesopotamian religion. It's incredibly strange to note the following as well. ZoZo was replaced in the story of the exorcism of Roland Doe when Peter Blatty was using it as inspiration to write The Exorcist. He changed ZoZo to Pazuzu. ZoZo's
And
Wait a
and there,
so. Go ahead, bro.
there were a lot of things that happened on the Exorcist set, like fires and all kind of stuff, man.
The lead
well-
actress died.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of things happened, but it's weird that he was gonna call it ZoZo, to change it to Pazuzu. It's one and
Yeah.
the same. That's weird, man.
Well, I don't know why he
That's
changed
weird.
it. I don't know why he changed it, but yeah.
And it's
the-
based
when-
off a true story, right?
yeah, it is. Yeah, the Exorcist is based off a
And,
true story.
and she played with the Ouija board,
I can't remember how it started.
or
Is
like
that
in the,
what- is
in
that-
the,
is that how
in
it
the
started?
true story, she messed with the Ouija board, I believe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, leave the Ouija boards alone, folks.
Yeah, don't mess with the Ouija board, yo.
Yep, they're not good. They're not good. I'll keep going.
believed to be the demon that possessed Roland. It was described as a terrifying form
I'll be right back.
that first appeared in the Neo-Assyrian period, roughly around 934 to 610 BC. It had a monstrous head resembling a fierce lion or a dog with horns, and had an emaciated human body with clawed hands, a scorpion's tail, and 2 sets of wings. One translation reads, I am Pazuzu, the son of Hambu, king of the Lilu demons.
They've been silly.
I have scaled the powerful mountains. They trembled. The contrary
Son of a
winds were headed
Anu?
west. One
Say
by
that.
one, I broke their wings.
Did you say the son of Anu?
Pazuzu and
Yeah.
other demons like it in 34 to 610 BC. It had a monstrous head resembling a fierce lion or a dog with horns, and had an emaciated human body with clawed hands, a scorpion's tail, and 2 sets of wings. One translation reads, I am Pazuzu, the son of Hambu,
Oh, Hambu.
king of the Lilu demons.
Hambu.
I have scaled the powerful mountains. They trembled. The contrary winds were headed west. One by one, I broke their wings.
Mm.
Pazuzu and other demons like it were held responsible for ailments like disease, fetal death, nightmares, and much more. Could it be that this ancient demonic force is what could be plaguing people all the way into modern times? The demon ZoZo is also mentioned in the French demonic encyclopedia as one of the demons responsible for diabolical possession and corruption. The possession of a young girl in 1816 is noted as a documented case where ZoZo, among several other demons, were present. Other noteworthy possession cases over the ages, ranging closer to modern times, that bear ZoZo's name, other than the exorcism of Roland Doe in the 1950s, are the possession of Doris Blither in 1972 in Los Angeles, the Untold poltergeist incident in 1977
Yep, we talked
in
about
the
that.
UK,
Mhm.
and as recent as 2012, where a possession incident led to an attempted murder. Other theories with how this entity could communicate with so many people so quickly and across the globe over the years, besides supernatural ability of its own, would be that its own reach is perhaps being strengthened by an egregore, or a collective group of thought form created by occultists for a certain purpose. However, this seems unlikely considering the entity doesn't seem to serve any human interest, other than to destroy the person or people's lives it makes contact with. Egregores are typically formed to bring control over a summoned deity for the person or group's bidding. But perhaps instead there is a cult worshipping ZoZo. I mean, that would make more sense to me. People who have made contact with the entity via a spirit or Ouija board have also been asked to chant or spell out phrases in Hebrew or Latin, which has convinced many of the intelligence of the being that they're speaking with. What is also interesting is that the letter Z was actually removed from the original Latin alphabet because it was considered too evil when pronouncing it. It was said that one's face would make a death's grimace, like that of a corpse, and that it mimicked the letter S, like an evil twin. Perhaps the entity uses this name as some sort of mocking, whether to God or something else. One may also ask, despite the origin theories and historical details that could be linked to this ancient demonic force, how would one know if they encountered such a thing? These are what's known as ZoZo's calling cards when it's being summoned using a Ouija board. The obvious is there that the planchette will begin to move on its own, but some less obvious signs are there as well, and are as follows. The planchette will move in a rainbow pattern from side to side, spelling Z-O, Z-O, over and over again, also known as the rainbow effect. It can also move in repeating figure 8 movements, like an infinity sign. The planchette will spell out various versions of the demon's name, like ZoZo, ZoSo, Zaza, Zuzu, or Mama. You may also begin to see shadows moving around the area where you are hosting the session, like you're seeing through the thinnest sheet into a dark world that exists just behind your vision. And you and whoever you may be with may start to feel scared, uneasy, or upset, seemingly for no other reason, before or after this takes place. When you tell this entity goodbye, typically the best way to close a session, it may not truly be goodbye, because oftentimes, depending on how long the session has been for, like an ever-widening door, the entity may have had just enough time to sneak in to begin to wreak havoc upon your life. And thus begins what many demonologists and religious leaders alike call demonic obsession, which is where the entity becomes aware of you and begins to crave you, which then leads to oppression, or begins to inflict various forms of torture upon you in an effort to break you down, whether that's physically, psychologically, or spiritually. It will also work to isolate you from others, especially those who care about you. And finally, if you're incredibly unlucky, possession, where the entity finally takes
Bird
control of
jam.
you as its vessel.
God,
All of
Lord.
which to me are absolutely terrifying in every imaginable way. Darren Evans to this day continues to research the ZoZo phenomenon, having been involved in a number of paranormal investigations, shows.
All right, so
They
that's that.
just talk about how he is still researching it. That's that, y'all.
The
Trying
Untold
to look
story
at the
of
album
demonic
cover
ZoZo.
of ZoZo. So what?
I don't know. I'm just reading now the YouTube deal. Yeah, that's pretty wild stuff, man.
Yeah,
And he's
man.
still he's researching it.
Researching it. It's interesting the connections with with Led Zeppelin and them though. ZoZo. I mean, ZoZo, the album with the famous "Stairway to Heaven" song, demonic, demonic like stuff in that album. Yeah, I think it's interesting that it connects to Angel of Mesopotamia and his father, the father of him is not of ZoZo is not really or Pazuzu, not much about it. His father,
There's not much about it.
Hanbi, yeah, he's just the god of evil.
Oh, okay.
Not much information about him. Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty crazy. He's been around a long time. Or it's been around a long time.
Yes, seems like the way it interacts with people now is basically with Ouija boards essentially.
Yep.
So if you're playing the Ouija board, you're most likely messing with ZoZo. So
yeah. So don't play with Ouija boards.
Because like you said, bro, you aren't gonna communicate with the human spirit. You're through a Ouija board. It's something evil, most likely.
Yeah. The human spirits are gone.
Yeah.
When they pass, they go on. So, or they, some people think they reincarnate, but yeah.
Did I send you that? Did I send you that that research about parallel universes or parallel realities and how our spirit how we go through parallel universes when we pass away? It's like a CIA thing that she was talking about. Yeah, I'll send it.
Send me that. If you did, I forgot. But I got brain fog right now with all this medication I'm on. So
I feel you.
Who knows?
Try to make it the shorter live for you if we can.
Yeah, it's all good. So we'll do the next session here for a game for the gang. We'll just show little videos, whatever, interesting videos, and dissect them a little bit. Let's see here. So let me share my screen. So this is They're Here Part 2. We already did Part 1. I think it was last weekend. So They're Here Part 2. So let's get it.
Okay. So now you're telling me that our visiting friends from beyond are in fact here on Earth and have made themselves known, as well as their mode of transportation is cloaked over the Gulf of Mexico. Now, I'm going to give you a second to season that. Are we ready? Are we ready to cook these steaks? Yes. So there are alleged reports that our visiting friends have in fact made themselves known and have been voluntarily held by their own doing at a naval base in Pensacola, Florida, while their mode of transportation has been cloaked over the Gulf of Mexico. I'm sorry, what? Now, I'm not here to tell you to believe this or not to believe this, and everything that I tell you is for entertainment, learning, and education purposes only, but I feel like this is a great thing to talk about. One of the things that has allegedly been stated is that they're not here for anything other to help elevate and get us to a collective consciousness. Now, that being said, it has also been allegedly stated by the visitors that they will be seen by the people who are ready to see them, the people that have elevated their consciousness to the point of belief. Those people will be able to see them. Now, the people that won't are the people that aren't ready. So what do you think? Is this something you choose to believe in? Is this something you choose to push aside because it doesn't feel right to you yet? So I think it's a great conversation. Let me know what you've heard. Let me know what you think. And let's get this conversation started. Okay.
So I've heard that before. Bashar was talking about that.
Yeah. Yep. We mentioned that.
Yep.
I don't know if we mentioned it be cloaked, but yeah, I was telling Dad about that today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was telling Dad about how, well, not Bashar, but how we already think, like, I was talking about the Intergalactic Federation. I was talking about how there's research that they're already here, how they're cloaked over the Gulf of Mexico, or I guess what Trump would say, Gulf of America.
Gulf of America. Oh, Lord. I think Ray Marcus is behind.
That's what.
Yeah, I think he started the video from the beginning.
Oh yeah, Renrick, you're behind. You gotta catch up.
Just One Bon Scott was the first singer, then Brian Johnston, who was still alive. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think that's pretty interesting, man. They're here. They're here, y'all. So I've accepted that they exist, and hopefully I see one at some point. But along with that, do something. We don't care what it is. Just do something. All right, so we got this is Project Bluebeam 2027. So tell me what you think.
Yeah, YouTube's stupid. I don't know why it does that.
Well,
there's a craft slowly making its way to us here on Earth. And that is the lie they're going to want you to believe. Your government now wants you to know one truth. And that truth is that UFOs are real. They've already told you. Sometimes when you want somebody to know a truth, it's so you can set them up to believe a lie. And that's coming. I have zero doubt that lie is coming.
What is the lie?
all the way back.
Specifically, you want me to say it right now? For real? Real? On camera? To be put in the show?
Yes.
Okay. Problem with that. If we tell the lie before it's told, they can adapt. That wouldn't be wise. I'll tell you privately, but I would really think about if you want to put this in your show. For real. That's a real thing I'm telling you. So will you think about it before putting it in your show?
Absolutely.
Okay. So UFOs are real, and they've been here a long time, and that's the truth. But the lie is coming. All indications, like all of them, is that that lie is going to be that there is a craft slowly making its way to us here on Earth. And that is the lie they're going to want you to believe. It's nuanced how they explain
I don't know
that,
why he's way back there.
the nature of that threat.
It's a bad camera angle. I don't know why they did that.
And is the lie you are going to be told. You even got a date. People been whispering a date for a long time now. I know where that lie comes from. I know specifically what document from the 70s initiated the idea of that lie. A classified document. That is the lie you will be told. You're going to be told that there is a craft on its way to Earth. That's the lie. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I sent you 2 texts today with a year. Not from me. Nope. I'm not going to propagate that lie. Not going to be part of it. Not going to say it to the camera. Everybody knows. Just paying attention. And they'll change the date, especially if they see this. Things will change. Because maybe I'm trustworthy. Maybe I'm worthy of your trust. Maybe I've told you the truth the whole way through it. Now you can verify it. If that's the case, then I'm fucking dangerous.
Yeah,
Told
I
the
get what
truth
you're saying.
UFOs for a long time now. It's been pretty orchestrated. It's been pretty clear. And it's using people that are telling the truth and want to tell the truth. Ultimately, they want you to know something. They want you to know UFOs are real. Thank God we're finally there. We're all there now. They want you to know the truth.
But
Why they want you to know that truth now? Hope I'm wrong, but it's terrifying. Think about it. Maybe it's good to get ahead of it. Call it out now before they do it. I'll be called crazy. That's okay. But there's a
dramatic,
crap.
dramatic music. Wow.
I don't know what he's really talking about. Like, the lie they're gonna tell you is that they're gonna be your 2027, and I hope I'm wrong, but I don't know why. I hope I'm wrong.
Did we put that up here?
Yeah.
He's talking
And
about Project Bluebeam.
okay.
That's what he's talking about. That's what he's talking about. He's
Well,
saying,
aren't
hey,
they already talking about how there's a craft slowly approaching us?
yeah, yep, yep. I think that was recorded before that happened.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that was recorded
yeah.
before that happened. That's why I found it so interesting. And so that's what they're saying. It's coming in 2027.
And
And again, because they are telling us about
yeah,
UFOs and how that's just real. Why
Intergalactic
all of a sudden?
Federation. Yeah.
Yeah. Why all of a sudden?
Trump was talking about how he didn't want to tell the people or no, not Trump, but the Israeli government said Trump knows about it or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
But didn't want to tell anybody about it. So
Yep. Yep. So yeah, they want to cause mass hysteria, but they are telling us about the UFOs. Why are they doing that now?
yeah, I mean they already have congressional hearings about it. So
Right. Right. So that's this
um
thing. He's saying if they're telling you, why are they telling you now when it's been full disclosure for since the 40s or not with since the 40s. And watch it on TV because I don't want to miss a thing.
Armageddon.
Yeah, it will not be televised. Yeah, hope you don't live in a major city, man, because they say they're taking those out. I do. Yeah, they said they're taking those out and saying aliens did it. So
Like the Project Bluebeam laser with the blue. You
mhm.
remember Biden, like the blue ceilings, people with the blue roofs didn't get hit or something like that.
They said we need to fix that.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's wild. So, yeah, guys, just game, something to think about. Game for the gang. So here's another one here. I call this astral projection. I found this very interesting because I believe in this wholeheartedly. So check this out, y'all.
Can travel to any point in history to see what really happened. How? Through astral projection, where your spirit leaves your body. There are people out there sensitive enough to travel to history. Anyone can do it, actually. We have a 29-page document explaining how. Okay, how? We start out with headphones, where one ear has one frequency and the other ear has a different frequency. Okay, using frequencies. Human body naturally has a frequency, but this disrupts it a little bit. Okay, when the blood is ejected from the left ventricle, it goes into the aorta. Okay, the pressure goes down into your abdomen and then leaps back up, and the two pressures themselves create this space where you can actually eject from your body. You're gonna have to be more descriptive than that because that doesn't make any sense. It's a 20-page
Damn girl.
Here's the diagram of how it works.
Same.
So like I could learn how to do this. If you follow the guide, then yes, it's not an extra ability you have or anything. It's just normal human ability. Okay, I get astral projecting to like another place. that is currently on Earth, but how do you astral project to history? Time is not linear. If you can travel to any point in history, then you can know what the winning lotto numbers are. And you can manipulate the past. Would I show up in history like a human being, like a solid mass of a human being? Most of the time, no. They just show up in spirit form, so people don't really see them sometimes. So at any point, someone from the future could be astral projecting to my room, and I would not see them. We can travel to any point in history.
She's the same one I told you who said like reincarnation is basically damn near real. She's the one doing all the CIA breakdowns.
Say again, buddy.
She's the one I was telling you that she talked about how reincarnation has been proven to be true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I remember you telling me about that. So she's trying to get that astral body. Well, there are theories that when you are in your spiritual form and you see other people in their spiritual form, you can do things.
And what she's talking about is what I'm currently trying to do, the hemisync.
Yep.
Sync your brain, your two hemispheres of your brain. You can do out of body experiences and stuff like that.
Yep. What's where it said I'm gonna throw Hadouken. I'm trying to think.
She has more.
Like the way she described it is how Aang does it. Like, and he
an Avatar.
Yeah.
Yep.
How Kappa goes from his head down to the abdomen, and back up or whatever.
Yep.
So,
you are just using both sides of your brain more, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And your pineal gland, or what is in your brain again?
Yeah, your pineal gland.
Pineal gland?
Your third eye.
Yeah.
Yep, that everybody has. It's just we don't use it. You have to unlock it. Sasquatch and those guys, they have the ability to use it. That's why they can slipwalk and all that stuff.
And they are humanoids.
Yeah, they are our cousins.
Yep.
They were not tampered with. And they stink. Let's see here. So I got another one here. Tell me what y'all think about this. I call this returning. Okay. I call this returning to the galactic family.
When the pickup happens, you will first be taken to Crystal City. Once you get to Crystal City, you will get a new body. Once you land inside the Crystal City, you are greeted by the saints, many nation, kindred, and tongues. They all have palm branches in their hands. They're cheering because you graduated from Earth School. Once you make it out of this school, you can feel the difference. The frequency level on Crystal City is different. Crystal City is really re-intake to the galactic family again. Some people will be left behind. I tell you, my brothers and sisters, then shall two be in the field. The one shall be taken and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill. The one shall be taken and the other left. The pickup shall happen in a twinkling. In the twinkling of an eye refers to a very short amount of time, roughly equivalent to the duration of a human eye blink, which typically lasts around 100 milliseconds, a tenth of a second, on average. There is no specific location. The pickup is based on what level your auric egg is on, your light body development. The auric egg, also known as auric envelope or atmic aura, is an akashic film surrounding all the principles of a person. It endures from life to life and preserves the karmic causes and effects generated by a person during all his incarnations. It is, so to speak, the boundary between man's spiritual being and the cosmic life. It represents a luminous, egg-shaped energy field that surrounds a person's... When the pickup happens, you will first...
All right, y'all. That's returning to the galactic family. Kobe missed it. But it's basically it's almost like the rapture. But this is saying it's aliens rapturing us and taking us to the Crystal City. So yeah. So that's supposed to happen in 2030. So hopefully Project Bluebeam gets pushed back a little bit and get me up out of here before they do that.
Yeah, let me get up out of here. I'm sick of
Yeah.
this shit.
Yeah, like I'm cool. I'm ready to go. Ready to go.
Yeah, I want a different adventure. This one ain't it.
Yeah. I mean, do you think they're gonna instill Jim Crow laws? You think those are coming back?
I
know
don't
it's off
know,
subject.
man. I mean,
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sick, so I'm kind of like
I
this, out
mean,
of it. But
I don't know. They took away the Equal Opportunity Employment Act, so at this point, I don't know what's gonna happen. Taking
yeah,
Tuskegee Airmen out of the Air Force, DEI programs. Man, I
it's
don't know what to tell
crazy.
you. It's crazy.
I heard that like companies are gonna get banned or something's gonna happen, like fined if they keep up with their DEI programs. Because we changed our company. We changed the name of it. We don't call it DEI anymore. We changed it to something else. So I don't
I
know.
don't know, man. I don't know. All you who voted for Trump, thanks. Appreciate you.
Thanks.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. All right. So we're done with the game for the gang, and I believe we are on cap or no cap.
Yeah, get it.
I think everybody pretty much knows how this works. If you think it's fake, it's cap. If you think it's not fake, no cap.
No cap.
All right. All right. So this first one is called. Oh shit! I got started over. This first one is called Sleep Cycle. Come on, damn it, work. All right. There we go.
I don't know if I can ever sleep again after hearing this. So it's very normal to talk in your sleep. A large percentage of our population does this. But I'm sure you're never expecting anyone to respond back to you. Stumbled across the most terrifying article today. This woman was using the Sleep Cycle app and ended up recording something that honestly might be sinister. Throughout the night, the app flagged two very clear, different, distinct voices.
Waka. Oh. Yeah. Waka waka baka baka. Mm-hmm.
Yes, the audio is kind of funny, but she lives alone. And that's the scary thing about this. And the voice is incredibly clear. And not only are they talking to her, but she is responding, going,
Waka,
She doesn't recognize the man's voice, but she does detect some sort of accent. If you ask me, this sounds like Fozzie the Bear.
Waka.
It also kind of sounds like a stick. She explained that she had deadbolted the locks on her doors and there's no other way to get into her apartment. She doesn't know if this was paranormal or a ghost, but it really sounded like someone was in her apartment, according to her. She just doesn't know how that would be possible. Now, here's where things get interesting. She posted all of this on Reddit because she was really freaked out and wanted to see if anyone had any input. Someone said that they went to translate Waka Waka and it ended up being slang in Cameroon for do it, while Baka means idiot in Japanese. People on Reddit think that maybe this creature or whoever was talking to her was telling her to do something and that not doing it would be stupid. Let me know what you think happened and come over here for more content. I don't know if I can ever sleep again after hearing this. So
All right, what do you think about that, buddy? That's yours. Right?
Oh, what? I don't remember that one. Oh,
I don't remember posting that one either.
That one's weird. Yeah, no cap. I don't know what that.
I'm going no cap too.
It's probably with the person, but I don't know what. That's weird.
Because she's supposed to be the only one there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to go Waka Waka. I said, do it, you idiot.
Waka Waka Baka.
Waka Flocka, Waka Flocka Flame, Waka Flame, Waka.
Where is this? Talking like a sim. Go ahead.
That's funny. All right. You want to do Ultra Beast?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember that game, Ultra Beast. It was one of my favorite on the Sega Genesis. It was so fun. I think didn't you start out as a dead person, like arise from your grave?
Yeah, you get a rise, then like you get like bigger and buffer.
Yeah.
Y'all see that?
That's wild.
That's weird.
Yeah. Something came up out of him. It looked like a werewolf or skinwalker or something.
Yeah, I say cat, but yeah.
Cat?
Yeah.
You think it's CGI?
Yeah, for sure.
It probably
Something
is.
fake.
It probably is, but it's pretty cool though.
They should remake Alter. I don't know how they can't really remake that game.
They can remake that.
You like it's dope. Like you get stronger and stronger. You become like a werewolf. You're a tiger. You're a flying eagle. That game was cold.
It was cold. Didn't they have a golden bear too, or something like that?
They go to the bear. If you got that far, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
All you had to do was get through the level. If you didn't die in the level, no. It was just hard. Man. That game was hard.
Alter Beast was hard. Alter Beast was hard AF. It was very difficult.
No, it was you could be dragons in that one level.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that's a dope level.
Yeah.
Then when you get the tiger level's hard.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, don't remake that game. That game is a classic.
You don't want them to touch it?
I don't think I would want them to remake that game.
If they remade it like kind of how God of War was redone. Remember God of War? God of War always had a really cool storyline, but like the God of War that came out on the PlayStation 4 and the 5, that's a different God of War altogether.
Oh yeah. The God of War though was already established lore and you fight. Yeah. I mean they could do it. I don't know if they would do it. I guess you just have different transformations in different areas.
Yeah.
I don't know how they would do that. That'd be dope.
Yeah. Well, that got a good story. I think it'd be dope. But
yeah.
Oh, my dogs are going nuts. Hold on, I'll be back.
Okay. Oh, he's out of here. What do you think, chat? Should we just put in the video up while he handles his business? I'll get another one right here. I'll do, and when he gets back, we'll just see where he's at. This one is called "Man on the Moon."
Do believe that we have proof of that Mars was once inhabited. I absolutely believe that NASA has definitive proof that we were not the first to land on the moon. Let's just put it that way. Somebody else was there. The astronauts have said as much, by the way. Well, you had Cooper and a couple of the other astronauts who have talked about encountering UFOs in space. And we know that's true. These guys were very open about this. It's not a drone. It's not an airplane. It's not swamp gas. I mean, when you're in outer space and you're an astronaut, highly intelligent, trained astronaut, you're more than an informed observer, and you're in the void of space, that's a really good witness to a UFO event. If you've got UFOs in outer space, moving around with the same maneuvering capabilities as in our atmosphere, then there's no reason whatsoever to doubt that they're on the dark side of the moon. I do believe.
Cap or nah?
What y'all think about that, Capital? I think there's things on the moon. After our last video or last live, I think there's things on the moon.
Yeah.
Definitely things that are in orbit.
Yeah. Things that told us not to go back to the moon.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's the thing.
Yeah. That's why we haven't been. Well, like I said, like an astronaut, you're just gonna throw their, they witnessed it. You're just gonna throw that out the window. You're not credible. It's like,
yeah, you're lying.
Yeah, it's like,
but
what?
I'm an astronaut.
Right. Like this is what I do.
That's the world we live in now.
It is. It really is, man. It really is. So. All right, I'll play this next one here. This is called The Last Starfighter.
What's going on here?
Look at how they shot these two rockets, and look what's waiting in the sky for them. It is a UFO, a UAP, whatever you want to call it, and it disarmed both of the rockets, and it takes off. What?
Wait,
gotta see
what's
this
going
video.
on?
Cap or not?
I don't know, bro. That's weird.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It took them out.
Dip.
Like, what
I'm
is
saying,
that?
I'm gonna say no cap.
Yeah, me too. And it was standing still. Like, how's it standing still like that?
Waiting for him.
Right. Right.
Boom, and dipped out.
Took him out and dip.
There's
Yeah.
some shit going on, man. Like, I think people like you tune in, you might think we're playing around, but we're not. Like, a whole bunch of people are talking stuff going on in the sky. It's going down. I don't know what's going on,
Yeah.
but yeah,
it's
I'm
real.
saying no cap.
It's real in the field. Yeah. Yeah. I'm saying no cap. No cap as well.
All right, I'll
And
do.
you got the other one.
I'll
9/11?
do 9/11 if you wanna.
Come on, Bills. What the?
Pinocchio. Yeah, I think they're. What are they? What happened? I'm not watching.
29-32. They had it tied. It was tied up. The KC's up by 3.
So why did America do it? Where'd you read this? Where's
I started 11 years ago.
I want the full conspiracy. Let's go.
This is a year and a half after an operation that we went to. Breaking news, the operation that we did a year and a half ago popped up on the news. I immediately went to go check, and I'm like, is this modern? And they said, yes. And I said, no, it's not. I need to go talk to mental health because I was there when that happened.
Oh, so you go and say like what's on the news isn't true.
Yes.
Am I going crazy?
Yeah, and it broke my whole reality.
I don't want to even know this. I feel like we're all he cannot stop drinking. I think he's telling the truth. Why did you just drag us into this nightmare? Is the Bermuda Triangle real?
Yes, but because of the series of wins, not anything else.
Nerd alert. Who do
So did y'all catch the beginning of it, or do you need to play it again?
No, I didn't hear the beginning of it.
I'll play it again.
All right.
you think did 9/11? So why did America do it? Where'd you read this?
I started 11 years ago.
I want the full conspiracy. Let's go.
This is a year and a half after an operation that we went to. Breaking news, the operation that we did a year and a half ago popped up on the news. I immediately went to go check, and I'm like, is this modern? And they said, yes. And I said, no, it's not. I need to go talk to mental health because I was there when that happened.
Oh, so you go and say like what's on the news isn't true.
Yes.
Am I going crazy?
Yeah, and it broke my whole reality.
I don't want to even know this. I feel like we're all he cannot stop drinking. I think he's telling the truth. Why did you just drag us into this nightmare? Is the Bermuda Triangle real?
Yes, but because of the series of wins, not anything.
Nerd alert.
I say no cap.
So if you didn't, so she asked who you think did 9/11. He said us, and she was like, well, why would you think that? He said, I served for how many years? I was in the VA. I saw the operation that I did a few years ago, and I asked, is that real time? And they said yes, and it broke my whole reality. So that I don't know what to say about that, honestly.
Yeah. It's we're not being told the truth. We're being lied to. That's
Like
what
I
we
could
can say
never
about it.
imagine you watch the Minnesota Vikings win the Super Bowl, and then you go into your thing, and then the next year they win it again, but it was the way you remembered it,
right?
From the year before. That'd be crazy,
right? Like a glitch in the matrix, or they we were lied to. They didn't tell us when it happened in real time. Yeah. So yeah, I think we did it, man. I think we did it.
Well, they talk about some building. I watched a movie in college. I think it's called The Zeitgeist.
The
They
Zeitgeist?
talked about the dude is full out fishing with him and saying he was a worker at the cafe. They
Lord,
damn hippie. No, the Zeitgeist. They talk about how 9/11 was the inside job.
He said his name too. His name is Ronaldo Williams.
You really know that guy?
2000. Do you really know him, Brandon Rick? Stop playing. Stop capping.
Yeah, stop playing around, man.
He's making jokes on us. You said the year was 2000. I can see it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, forget you, bro.
You know what?
Yeah, I don't want to talk to you no more.
Oh man.
No, the movie I watched is I guess they broke. It wasn't just 9/11. They talked about modern religion, and how like it follows the same tropes as like the Egyptian and the Horus. Or like wasn't he born to a star or a star? It's something like that. The same.
Horus and Yeshua and all of them, like Hercules, like all of them. It's all the same.
Yeah,
It's the same. It's the same story. Yeah.
They talk about that. It's others. I need to watch it again, but like honestly, that teacher was a little bit. I forgot his name. I might low key see if I can look him up and see if I can find him. He was ahead of his time. Like he was way ahead of his time. If he was in our life, he would love it. Because all the things we talk about, he believed. Even me and you talk for conversations about Black Americans and Native and Black Native Americans. You know the Maroons and all that stuff. He was into all of that stuff. He talked about. I remember one thing that made me think a lot when he said, if you are a Black person and you believe that you're naturally a better athlete than a white person, you would also have to believe that you're not as intelligent as a white person. Because that's the same stereotype. I was like, I could see what you're saying with that. I could see what you're saying with that a little bit. But I mean, I don't know. It made me think.
It's the data shows that not to be true.
And the data shows that Black people would do what they see that other Black people can do. So you see Black people only dancing and throwing the ball, that's what you're gonna go into. If you get more examples of Black people being doctors and nurses and filmmakers, you go into that more. That was his thing, and I was like, okay, I could see a little bit, but I don't know. I thought it was very interesting. But yeah, he broke down religion. We watched we watched a lot of a lot of movies that you can't show now, definitely in this America. So yeah, he definitely kind of lifted the veil for me when it comes even to politics, like how he didn't vote for Obama in 2012, and the reasons why and stuff like that. I mean, I still voted for him, but I never thought about his perspective on that. Things like that. He was a really good teacher, but he was a communist. I could tell he was a communist.
Oh, okay. Dirty commie. I'm kidding. All right, so we're gonna go to this one's called Past Lives. What y'all think about this? Oh shit.
Really spooky things. Welcome to Reality Bending Things Kids Have Said, Part 5. My nephew told me about how they put electricity in his chair before, and he died. But it's okay because he was a bad man. It's concerning at times. When my son was 2 or 3, he pointed to a picture of my uncle who passed away 40 years before my son was born. He said, "That was me." We were passing a water park with 3 colorful towers, and my 3-year-old said, "That's what heaven looks like, but brighter. And God is a girl." Just toss that in there, by the way. My daughter would laugh and say, "Hey, do you remember when I was your grandma?" And then stare off and never elaborate. She did that until I was 6. I like that she would just stare off into the distance like nothing. You get nothing else. But I was your grandma. My kiddo had reoccurring nightmares of a ship that was in a storm. She had the name of the ship and the date. I looked it up and it was a destroyer from World War II. I asked my 3-year-old daughter if she remembers where she was before she was born, and she laughed and said, "Mommy, I can't tell you that. You're not ready yet." You can't handle the truth.
Wow.
My daughter told me that she chose me because she saw me crying and asking God for a baby. I remember the day she was talking about.
Yeah,
When son
that
was
gave me
little, he
chills.
told me that God was the same God of all religions. He also told me he was my son, but he was my father in a past life. That is one wise son. The other day, my 3-year-old said, "Remember when I was the grown-up and you were the little kid? We've always loved each other." Oh, that's really sweet. We were watching fireworks and my son said he wanted to leave because the sound reminded him of when he was shot in the stomach during the war. And then he pointed to the exact spot where the bullet went in. My sister at around 4 years old told me when I was alive, not this time, but the time before this time, I had a baby and then the daddy came and killed us both. And now I'm here. My child told me I was her favorite mommy. I said, "I'm your only mommy." She then proceeded to tell me all about her old life in Waco, Texas. It scared me. She said the other mommy was buried deep in the ground and she missed her, but she was happy to have me now. In the last video, some of you commented that there's been a lot of research done around this topic of kids who remember their past lives and have said information that they would never know, which was then researched and fact-checked. It really makes this life thing kind of interesting. If your kid has said some wildly reality-bending things, post in the comments. I would...
Oh, what you think?
I think it's true. I mean, I guess it's to an extent. I think it's no cap. There's a lot of I don't think. Do you remember this, Rashad? And people
that?
probably think I'm capping. But I remember being in elementary school and them taking us into that room and them showing you pictures of like stuff to see what you thought it was. You remember? Did you do that as a kid? You're like 5 or 6, kindergarten, first grade.
I don't remember that.
They say that children, they used to do stuff. I don't know if it's millennials or that generation, zennials. I'm a zennial, but they like would test children to see if they had
they're psychic
powers, basically. And I remember doing that. I remember them like trying to have me read a book without reading it, kind of like and stuff like that. I don't remember like everything about it, but I remember them pulling us out of class a few times, like do this stuff.
Yeah,
I never like went further. Like obviously, I had no powers.
Yeah, I don't even remember that happening. I don't think they ever did that with us. But I've heard of that.
Remember going to like element, like I had them St. Luke's, and they came, "Hey, you got to do this thing." They fingerprint you, and then like you do this other stuff. And they were showing us these. What does it look like to you? And I'm like, like a fairy or whatever. Like, can you read this book without reading it, or like you not read it, but like, can you see these pictures without seeing it? I was just like, they're like, try really hard. I was like, I can't. I wasn't trying. I was like,
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and they just took me back to school, to class.
Huh. I remember getting fingerprinted. I remember that. But I don't remember any of that. So then maybe they started doing that with you. I mean, we're 10 years apart, so
I thought it was just like a mental health thing, but people kept talking about it, and I was like, I mean, was that a psychic? I don't know. Like, I just really like to make it. I thought I was making sure I was okay.
I have to ask Tyson. She remembers that. She had a better memory of our childhood than I do.
But I remember as a child, me like as like a young child, me not really worried about life or death. Remember that me thinking I came here from God.
Right.
So I was like, as I grew up, I thought his mom and dad told me about that stuff. So I had a thing in my head, so I knew I came back here. Like I came here. Like I knew that as a child. Yeah. And I always just thought it was because of mom and dad and our religion. So I didn't really think much about it. But I remember that being the thing.
What do you mean you came here? What do you mean?
Like I was somewhere else and I came to this family. That's what my brain was telling me.
Really?
Yeah.
And no idea where you were?
Not really.
Huh.
Not yeah.
Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't think I ever really thought about it. I just know that we forget.
Mhm.
You know, like I do believe that we came from somewhere. You know, part of this, you know, from the source. But
That's
yeah,
weird. The one that's weird, like I remember when I was the adult and you were the kid, and we've always loved each other.
yeah, that's wild.
Weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's wild. That's wild. All right, I'll do the Bayside Mall. This is pretty funny. You remember the Bayside Mall, the Miami aliens?
Mm-mm.
Really?
I think Bayside. I'm thinking like Power Rangers. I don't know why.
Oh,
But
I think that's the name of their town, but not just the mall in Miami.
Angel Grove is the
Angel
town.
Grove. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. There you go.
All right, so new videos are arising of the Miami Mall incident. Here we go. Let's do some reactions. And I know what you guys are gonna say. You're gonna say it's
That's
fake.
a Titan.
Oh, let's go.
Oh hell no.
Oh yeah, that's totally real.
Fake.
Yeah. That's definitely real. So in this video, though, I would like to see, you can see the figures. This was like a legitimate one slowed down. I showed it in my other videos, but you can see the figures are apparition. Take a look at it slowed down and tell me, my dog's going crazy, but tell me that that's not the size of a cop car. If you look at the cop car in comparison, there's no way that that is a human being. If you look, that is completely an apparition or a demon or an entity. You let me know what you think. See, my dog says it was real. Even my dog says that is real. That's so real. What do you guys think? Comment below.
Okay.
I'd rather that be real than that big ass dark shadow they show. That was man, fuck that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was freaky.
If y'all don't know Kobe doesn't like giant humanoid cats. I don't like giant statues, especially in water. I don't like that.
Me neither.
I
Yeah,
don't
when it's
rock
on
with that.
Waterworld freaks me out.
Waterworld, Statue of Liberty would probably freak me out.
Oh yeah, you saw that person.
That one creeped me out. I don't know where that came from, but all right, I'll do the next one.
Okay.
It is called Bizarro World.
Bizarro World. I can't believe the Chiefs won again.
They won?
Yep. They won.
They going back. Where's
Yeah,
it in?
Super
New Orleans?
Yeah, Nolans.
Absolutely insane. In Antarctica, NASA just discovered what might be a parallel universe where time flows backwards. And they weren't even looking for this. They just had their NASA balloon in Antarctica searching for cosmic particles when something impossible happened. So there are these high energy particles called tau neutrino that come down from space, but what they discovered in this area was they were doing the opposite and coming up from Earth, which is like watching a rock roll uphill on its own, something that literally defies the laws of physics as we know them. But what scientists discovered was that maybe they weren't moving upwards and maybe they were just moving backwards in time. The most logical explanation they could come up with was that there is a parallel universe that exists that was born the same time as ours during the Big Bang. And in this mirror universe, everything is basically just reversed. And they believe there are beings in that universe that are identical to the ones in this universe, and they believe that we do everything backwards. Let me know what you guys think about this, and as always, I'll keep you guys updated.
No cap.
Explain how we do everything backwards. What are they like, Benjamin Button over there? I'm confused.
Do they? Do they get younger?
I don't understand what that means.
I thought about that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they age backwards or what. He didn't really explain that, but I do think that there's parallel universes, like a Bizarro world type deal. Not everything backwards, but a Bizarro type world.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying? Like, did you ever see the Bizarro world in Superman and Lois? Did you ever watch that series?
I didn't watch that. That's the first thing I thought though. Bizarro.
Yeah, because he does everything backwards.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think that that's probably a thing. Parallel universes. But yeah, that
smoke the God strand.
Let's go smoke the God strand. He's just going off what he heard.
Do you guys don't believe in a parallel universe that things are moving? I mean, I believe. I mean, I don't have to believe it. It literally is scientifically proven that we live in parallel universes.
Yeah, quantum physics
Like,
says that.
Yeah, Marvel Metaverse is the thing. There's probably many of you in different realities.
Yep. That is a just and I'm sure that I'm sure like our government knows about it and CIA knows about it. They'll probably disclose that at some point as well.
It's weird. Man, I'm telling you, I think in 10 years we'll be at a different, like, things will be totally different. Things will be like more, we'll have more conversation about what's in the sky than we will be about our politics. I think it's about to pop. I just feel it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll be the same. Maybe we'll be back in 1955. I don't know.
I'm pissed that the Chiefs won. Jeez. Anyways, I heard about him bong.
The Chiefs, Philly, Super Bowl, great.
Right. All right. So we'll do a few videos that y'all hear about this.
Yeah, let's do a few of these.
Let's see.
We'll do like 4, bro. What you call it easy.
Okay. All right. 4 of them. All right. So y'all hear about this? First one is
that's that drop. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Sorry.
What?
The wrong week. That's this week.
Oh.
They won't let us is the first one.
Well, let's see what this guy's got to say.
Splitting atoms, we're actually messing with things in other dimensions.
Wow.
So that's why the aliens came and started, making their presence known in the 40s when we started setting off hydrogen nuclear bombs. So we just with some guy's grandmother in another dimension.
Really?
By messing with things on a molecular cellular level.
So that being said, there probably won't be nuclear war then.
Well, that's why we're not going to have a nuclear war. They won't allow it.
Right.
They can kill ourselves in any way we want, but they're not going to let that happen because it's affecting them in other parts of the universe and other universes even because it's all connected. And also because they don't want us destroying the biosphere here because they come and harvest stuff off this planet. So when we start splitting atoms, we're actually messing.
I think that's good. But I think I still think that we could have a nuclear war. I don't know if they stop it. But I've heard stories of them like shutting down nuclear plants and things like that before. So it's I think if we decide to go at it though, I don't know if they let us or not. I don't know. I think they may just say, hey, there's no hope for y'all. It is what it is. Because why would they let us continue to make the weapons? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I kind of go back and forth on the alien thing. The other one, they need to go ahead and do what they got to do.
Just do something.
Yeah, because I don't. At this point, all we hear about is you hear, but I don't see anything.
Right.
Change humans, help humans.
Right. And why would you report into our government?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like
you wouldn't have to do if you came here, you could report to people.
Right. So Nathan White says the fact that most energy is not present 90% of the time. This makes some sense. Yep. No, look at that. Look at Nate with the brains here.
Mm-hmm.
Very true. All right. I got another one here. This is called
Another civilization.
Another civilization. Yeah.
Another civilization in existence that's intelligent that we know about. And we actually have artifacts from them. The science and the technology can change us dramatically, can change the way the entire world operates, the economy, everything.
And we have it.
Oh, we have it. You don't have to believe it, but we do. For instance, the propulsion of the craft. Everything that we have, whether it's a propeller plane or a jet or a rocket, it throws something out the back, either high-speed exhaust or a large volume of air. This is the first time There's a craft it's a reactionless craft. It's a field propulsion craft. And what it does is it creates a distortion in space and time in front of it, where space actually bends. I've dismantled it. The big thing is the suppression of extremely advanced technology and the suppression of unknown science. There's another civilization.
Yeah, I think he's talking about 0-point energy.
Which would change a lot if we have that. That'd be dope.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of which, that's the next video. It's 0-point energy.
Dope.
All right, so we'll just
and the next two are.
I think it's the same guy, Bob Lazar.
Okay.
So let's say you have something that would fit on a little table,
Right.
and it's a generator.
Green Knight.
And it's pulling energy out of what's called the quantum vacuum or 0-point energy field. And when you tap into it, you're tapping into this energy field that can be converted to electricity or thrust. That was mastered decades ago. A device that would not be very expensive, frankly, to mass manufacture, that would generate all the energy they need for all the needs that we have for a modern civilization. And this would be wonderful. There's no pollution, there's no radiation. And once you have the system, there's no cost. The bad news is that if you're an oligarch controlling the macroeconomic system, if that technology were to be disclosed, it's oil, gas, coal, public utilities that are obsolete. It's it's $1 quadrillion. It's $1,000 trillion or more. That's what they're protecting. So let's say you have.
Yeah, I mean, facts. You can literally, I think there's a website. We should put it in our Discord. You can look up patents. So if this is a thing, I'm sure there's already a patent for it. I'm sure some energy company already bought it and sitting on it. That's what they do. So I mean, we have 3D printers. I've already thought about this. We have 3D printers, so you can buy that, right?
Right.
If they can make money on it, they'll sell it to you. They just know they can't make money on that right now.
Yeah, not right now. I'm not going to give it to you.
The minute they found out they can make money off 3D printers, they'll let us have it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. If they can't make money on it, they don't want you to have it. We're way beyond probably what we should be. We should probably have flying vehicles.
Yeah, like I heard somewhere that we have the technology that you see in the Star Trek, Star Wars movies.
Yeah,
we have that tech. Let's see. Nathan said something and it won't come up. Tesla was onto this. We screwed up just to have a vacation home. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, Elon Musk, his Neuralink is actually a dope idea, but you can't trust a capitalist to do that. That's the issue with like what's going to be happening is that we are all the technology is going to be going through a capitalistic lens, and it's like, do you want to buy into that? Is it going to be helpful? Well, we'll see in the next few years. I mean, we're in an oligarchy right now with billionaires. We're going to see if that helps anybody, but I'm pretty sure it's not. So these same people are going to be bringing you technology to help your life. Do you really want to use it or not?
You trust it.
You trust it.
Right. Yeah, because the Neuralink is invasive.
Invasive, like it's information from your head to your phone, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So you could be sleeping, you give me commercials, like you know what I'm saying. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that. And they had to come up with some laws to control it. More explanation on 0-point energy. I guess I was really feeling that. How about we not do that? Let's do this.
Okay. The Arrival.
I'm gonna do It's a Trap. And from next week. From next week's. All right. Let's see. What I to say that I would love to have Millennium Falcon. I would be all over the shit house. Me too. I would love something like that, man. I don't think we can do faster than light travel though. I don't think we can do that yet, but
But we have the technology to be what, like a level 1 society if we figured it out.
Yep. People didn't want to try to stay rich and
Yeah.
keep everybody else poor. I mean, this is like Rome all over again. But that's a conversation for another day and another podcast. All right, so here we go. Is Earth a prison planet? Let's check it out.
We are prisoners on Earth?
Yes, I really think so. The prison planet theory says Earth isn't just some random blue marble. It's a trap. The reincarnation cycle, that's not spiritual evolution. It's a system. Astral beings, call them reptilians, archons, whatever, are harvesting our energy. Think about it. Myths worldwide talk about serpent-like gods. Hinduism has the Nagas. The Aztecs worshipped Quetzalcoatl. The Hopi had the Shetty. Even African shamans talk about Chitauri. And that's all by chance? No way. These beings have been here since the start, manipulating us, feeding off our fear, stress, and anxiety. And that light tunnel in near-death experiences? It's bait. It wipes your memories, sends you back to Earth, and bam, you're stuck in the same cycle. Karma? Soul growth? Lies to keep you compliant. Tesla said it. Energy, frequency, vibration. They engineered this world to keep us in a low energy state, miserable and controllable. Look around. Wars, greed, chaos. Perfect feeding ground. The question remains, how do we escape, if we even can?
This is just a theory, not a fact. You think we are prisoners?
What do you think about that, bro?
I think it's pretty interesting. I think there's something to that.
I think some truth to it too. I've been hearing that a lot lately. What they say? Well, this is fact up by Shay Alan Watts and others didn't explain this. Who's Alan Watts?
Yeah.
What I watched this video just it was just today, and it talked about when you pass and spirit leaves the body, and it tells you you're gonna see the light, like a tunnel and light, and then you feel overwhelming love from your people who've passed on. You know what I'm saying? Like they're there and all that, and you go to this light, and it was saying don't go to that light. Turn around and go to it'll be a dark void, but go to the dark void, and then you won't be caught back up into the reincarnation cycle. You'll go back to the source. So I don't know if that's true. How would they know that? I don't know. But yeah, I've been hearing that quite a bit. Bashar talked about it too in one of his sessions. So yeah, I don't know if I'd be brave enough to do that though.
I think you would, now that you know. So when next time you pass, you'll be like, oh man, remember that time I did that podcast 50 years ago?
Right.
I'm gonna turn to the void.
Like go to the void. But what is that? What is that? What if that's a trap? What if what they're telling us is a trap?
The unknown is usually not that bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Always be the one who's curious.
Yep. Go into the void. Go into the dark.
You're already dead. I mean, what else can happen to you?
You could be tormented.
In limbo, I guess.
Yeah, you could be stuck in limbo or tormented for all eternity. Alan Watts, you guys might like him. Priest that brings each religion to light through human thought. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. And Alan Watts never talked about that? He didn't explain that? Come on, Alan Watts. We'll have to look him up, do some research.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. I'm not feeling the greatest, so
yeah, bro, heal up.
Yeah, thank you.
Like and subscribe, join the Discord, join the conversation. Nathan White, join the Discord and send me and Rashad some dates that you could do what we like to joke around call a side quest. I have some ideas for any stories you want to tell. I'm gonna try to take your stories and make AI images of it. And like we see on here, the one we react to, or I think it's truth tales or whatever. How they'll we did the entity of Santa Isabel. How they kind of input the images in. I'm gonna try to do that. That'd be kind of cool.
that'd be dope.
for side quests. But yeah, so Nathan, anybody in Discord, it's time to start, writing them stories down, and we'll start doing a little story time of our own. It'll be a lot of fun. So if you have any creepy stories, let's schedule some time in the Discord. I'll make a little channel, a little sub Reddit or sub group for it. We can start scheduling some time for that.
Architect the Death Star Master.
Oh,
He's talking about me.
you see, you got it on today. I wasn't put an AI image for that. I'm gonna get you next time.
Jerk. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, we'll get that going. Even Max in the Discord. We gotta get your. we're supposed to watch a movie with them. And I was like, why'd they move? And Lauren was like, well, the house was haunted. So I was like, oh yeah, that's why they moved.
That makes
so
sense.
Good to get your story of the lady in white. That'd be pretty dope. But yeah, let's get these stories going.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, so we appreciate everybody who was in the chats. We appreciate it.
You will like Discord when you get on there, Nate. Trust me. You can share and give it. It's fun when we get actually going. We don't have many people in there yet. So
yeah, it's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I think there's also Random Rick and who's in there? Is
Max.
John in there?
Max is in there. I think my boy Lee's in there. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. I'm taking my ass to bed since we're done. I'm supposed to work on for the finish a verse for D-Rock.
Yeah, go get some rest, bro. About to go play
Do it,
Cyberpunk.
So. Promise I get it done tonight, but I can't.
Ooh.
My phone is burning. Thanks, Random Rick. You have a good night too, buddy.
And I'm thinking monitor setup, do some gaming streams. I'm probably gonna do a Cyberpunk stream, and me and Rashad do some haunted ghosts, like what's it called, Phasmophobia stream. So people look out. March, April, start doing some more of that. I think it's easy because I already play video games, so I can just stream it during the week when I'm playing. Yeah, man, we'll keep the content coming.
Yeah, we'll keep it going. Thank you guys, appreciate it. And I will try to end the stream now. Last time I screwed it up. See if I can get this right. All right, Kobe. Before we go, what's the most important thing?
Y'all take care of yourself and don't whistle at night and don't whistle in the woods.
That part. Oh shit. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Thanks, buddy. All right, y'all. Yep. Peace.
Giants. People who came from the sky.
Yeah.